Alright, so before I dye my hair, because someone requested someone requested my dye process, which is awesome. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. When she, at the time, the video that she was talking about, I was bleaching my hair. I'm dyeing it now, something kind of similar to my normal hair color, not super close, but closer. It's a little darker, you can see. But it's pretty much the same process. I mean, bleaching is very different than dyeing, but to do the dreadlocks, it's the same process. Before I go into that, though, I thought I would show you how to work your ends, right? So I recently cut my dreadlocks. They were super long in the back, like the front was feathered like this, and then I had very long dreadlocks in the back. They were down to my waist. And when you cut them off, right, there's two ways to blunt your ends. I prefer not to have blunted ends. Some people love blunted ends. So neither one's wrong. I mean, they're both right. It's just a matter of preference. I like to have tails on mine, right, long tails, because I like to add extensions. Also, it's a little bit softer for me, right? If you like blunted ends, it's a little more hardcore. I got dreadlocks, whatever, okay? So when you have, see, like this one is cut, it's pretty blunt, you can see, compared to like these ones here, right? So I've got these beautiful long tapered feathered ends. So this guy here, and I'm in the middle of putting a feathered end on this one. It was just as blunt as this one just a few minutes ago. So all I'm doing is I've got my weft of hair, ribbon hair. It's 100% human hair. It's Sassy brand. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to snip off a section here. Right? Snipping off a section of it. And I'm going to roll it up. Yeah. Right. Make a mat. And here's the one I'm working on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to felt it on. So right now I'm sporting felted locks. My last most popular video I was sporting latched locks. Now I'm always doing something different with my hair. It's never the same for very long. I get bored really easy. And dreadlocks, they're actually really, you can do a lot of really great stuff with dreadlocks if you know how. And I've had dreadlocks for the last, I don't know, 10 years? On and off for the last 10 years. I'm always doing something weird. So all I'm doing is I'm putting in, here, let's do this. I'm putting my little crochet hook in and I'm pulling a section of hair through. And I'm just going through and I'm making it as tangled as possible, basically. If you've ever felted like a hat or felted anything, basically the idea is that you just go in and go poke, 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 poke with a little, where's the camera on this thing? There. With a little hook. Now mine's bent because I've bent it over the course of the last several years because I've been doing a lot of tugging and pulling on my hair. So I'm tapering the ends so that it matches. It's pretty simple, right? And it looks, you know, a huge part of felted locks and any locks really, I mean, I know everybody wants all natural dreadlocks, and I get that, but all natural dreadlocks are so much work. People don't realize, you think that they're not, but to make them look nice and maintain well, they're a huge amount of work. And so I just have it, I've found personally that if you go through and you dye your locks like once a month, even if it's like the same color, or bleach your locks, even if it's the same color as your hair, it keeps them refreshed, keeps them looking nice, keeps the bottoms, keeps the tops maintained. It's easier to palm roll them. They stay in place better. Right? So you're basically destroying your hair, and dreadlocks kind of destroys your hair anyway. So, you know, that's part of why I don't have any qualms about that. So now you can see, right, I'm going through and I'm just, it's looking pretty nice. It's nice and tapered at the end. So I'll go start to finish on this bad boy. So it went from this to this nice tapered end, right? And then that also leaves it open for me to add at extensions, human hair extensions later on if I feel so inclined. Okay, so I'm going to taper this one now. Got your whipped hair. Look at, I'm doing all this stuff with this ribbon of hair, right? It's crazy. Okay, so this is all I have left after maintaining my hair. Nuts. Just nuts. All right, so first I'm going to take a little teeny tiny bit off. Not that much, like this much. See? Snip. Right? And what I want to do, right, do a palm roll so it looks nice and matted along here, and I've still got a lot going on. So I'm kind of twisting it. So I'm going to take the end of my blunted lock. I'm going to take my crochet hook, my good old trusty 65 millimeter crochet hook. I'm going to put it through the end. I want to get the end. You want to make sure that you've got something there, that it's not just going to pull out, right? So I've got it through the end, and now I'm going to pull it through, right? And then, so it's through, like a T, kind of, right through the lock. And then I'm going to do this so that it stays. So I kind of create a loop, you see. And then I'm just gonna pull it and tighten it down. And then I'm gonna go a little twist, 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 twist. All right, so now I've got the basic, like, it still looks blunt, it's just blunt with a tail. So then to fix that, right, and this also adds a little tiny bit of length, right, so that's kind of cool. To fix that, I'm going to take a little bit more ribbon hair, also known as a weft of hair. I'm going to cut off about like that much. It's not that much. Okay. And so this time I'm going to roll in kind of a circle, right, so it's not, when I did the first one, it was like this, so that it would be long. This one, I'm rolling it kind of in a circle, so it's like a little knot like that. And then I'm going to kind of pull it apart. Hi there, friend. How are you? Looks like there is a little thread in there. If there's a thread in there that's not human hair, I like to pull those out. I don't want that extra stuff in. Yeah, that's an actual thread. A cloth thread, and I don't want that in my hair, so I always try to pull those out if I find them. There, so now I've got this like nice flat mat, and what I'm gonna do, hello friend, how you doing? I'm gonna go through and I'm going to wrap it around the end of this dreadlock and onto also the tail of this dreadlock, right? And then I'm going to felt it on. Come here, you. There. So it's kind of pinched around the end, the tip. And then I'm going to go ahead and felt it through. If you can see what I'm doing, it's kind of hard to tell. So I'm twisting it and pulling through. So, and that looks pretty darn good. So I just like to go through, make sure it's on there pretty good, because it's terrible to walk around and then have your dreadlocks strangely like start coming apart. So you want to, when you're felting it, you want to make sure it's felted on there pretty well. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good. All right, and then I'll also give it a nice palm roll. Okay, so that's how you taper the ends to make them match after you've cut your dreadlocks. So if you have long dreadlocks, you want to cut them short, but you want them to have a tapered end, that's how you maintain that.